LVP is innovative.
LVP gives great support.
LVP is amazing.
LVP is flexible.
LVP is unique.
LVP is fun.
LVP is collaborative.
LVP is all about opportunity.
LVP is great.
LVP is a kindergarten through 12th grade program. Most of our students are from in-district, but students can also apply to the program following the same school of choice forms and paperwork that other students joining Lapeer School District would complete. One of the curriculum providers that we've had the longest is EDynamics. This is an electives only site that has very unique electives for grades 6 through 12. And in here they're broken into units and lessons. And within each of these lessons you're going to learn vocabulary and content. And then you'll take a unit test. And then there's a midterm and a final exam included in here already. So EDynamics is one of the providers we've been using since the very beginning, and they offer a huge breadth of different programs. Here I'm going to open up the course catalog, and you'll be able to see all of these different elective courses that your student will be able to take. Most of these are high school, but there are some specifically designated for middle school students. And all of these are one semester courses, so you'll see a lot of them have an A section and a B section that you could take first semester and second semester. And if you go to this website, you can actually check it out yourself and look at each of the units in these courses and see what content you'd be learning. Pearson is our curriculum provider that has the most options. Pearson does kindergarten through 12th grade. They do core and elective classes, and as you'll see here, I'm pulling up a music class for elementary schoolers. None of our other providers have elementary music classes, and so this is one of the unique options that we can only get through Pearson. The curriculum is broken up into units and then lessons and then pages. So you'll see as I'm paging through here, I'm on 1.1.1, and so that would be Unit 1, Lesson 1, Page 1, and everything is neatly organized that way. You'll see a lot of the resources are built in, like this audio player, and the different tips and extension activities that you can do with your student if you're looking for more enrichment with the content. There's also resources like videos, and they usually play right in the browser with the other content. Once you reach the end, you'll get a couple of questions that is a quick check, or you'll get to a unit quiz or a unit test, and those will go into the grade book to help us figure out what grade to give students for their online learning. Pearson is also our provider for most of our AP courses and foreign languages, as you can see here on the 9th through 12th grade course list. One of our other curriculum providers is Odysseyware. This is for 3rd through 12th graders, and while Odysseyware is mostly core classes, it does offer some elective options. In Odysseyware, you'll notice there's objectives, vocabulary, and a lot of opportunities to practice. We've found that our students who have some missing background knowledge or has struggled in a subject can appreciate the extra scaffolding and practice that goes into each lesson of Odysseyware to prepare them before they start learning new content. The videos are all entirely embedded within the course, and you don't have to link outside for anything. The questions are also in with the lessons. The student page looks a little bit different but has all of this same content. There are many courses offered through Odysseyware for core classes and high school electives, but their middle school and elementary electives are very limited. A lot of times Odysseyware is a supplement where students will have 1 or 2 classes from here and most of their other classes in one of our other LMS sites. Another provider that we have is Lincoln Learning. Lincoln Learning is a K-5 provider and it's owned by the same company as Pearson, so you'll notice that the courses are structured and organized in a very similar way to our Pearson courses that we went through earlier in the video. These courses are broken down into different grade levels, and they include some of those unique electives like music, just like Pearson, and many of the other ones that aren't offered by our other LMS providers. Little Lincoln also comes with hard copies of workbooks, which is something that's really beneficial to some of our families. And if you would like to see what those workbooks look like or have any other questions, that's a great thing to stop in and ask us. Our last LMS is our K-8 site for core and electives, Calvert Learning. Calvert Learning is a site that is really different from the other ones because it offers all of the materials in digital form and it has all of the textbooks and workbooks also available in print form. The units are broken down like this into content, projects, and use for masteries or quizzes. So in a typical lesson like the one shown here, your student is reading and they're working in the Dimensions textbook, and they could be working in this digital version or they may be working in the hard copy version of it. The digital one offers some interactive points where students can click and hear the audio and find new things, or the hard copies will give your kids a break from screens. There are teacher notes on the parent account to help guide you in teaching your student, and the end of a lesson has a quick check or rate your understanding or some quick way to check off that you've completed that lesson and your student knows the content. Here is another example of some of the activities that are embedded in the online curriculum. There are virtual labs and things that are done using the Science Fusion tool. One of the great pieces about this and the other tools that are similar in subjects like language arts, math, social studies, is that it gives students this immediate feedback of whether their answer is correct or incorrect. Also, students will not have this held against them, so it's a great way to practice with the content before they get to the more heavily weighted unit quizzes or use for mastery assignments. Some of the other lessons include questions that will test their knowledge and are worth only a couple of points, but are a formative assessment to see if students understand what they're learning about. There's also embedded videos like this one from Discovery Science, and brain pop videos and other resources built into the Calvert curriculum. In the Calvert curriculum, you can look at the course catalog and see there's not as many options for electives, but they do have familiar names in their core courses like Ready Gen for language arts, the Singapore Math and Focus, the Houghton Mifflin Science, and McGraw-Hill Social Studies. These are curriculum names that parents are probably familiar with, and if you'd like to come and see the textbooks or see what some of the other online courses look like, please stop in and let us know, and we'd be happy to give you any more information. Olay stands for Optional Learning Experience, And this is where our students either meet at the building or out in the community at a location that we've set up for them to practice the skills that they're learning in their online courses. This might look like students learning about car maintenance and home life and then actually practicing on a real car, or learning about art and then doing the different elements of art in real projects. Our Olays are one of our most tremendous assets, and they're what helps students take their textbook learning into the real world in new and exciting ways. At LVP, there are two types of enrollment. You can either be a virtual student and take all 6 classes with us, including 4 core English language arts, math, science, social studies, and 2 electives, or you can be a homeschool student and take 2, 3, 4, or 5 classes, with all of these classes being elective. Either way, you can choose any Olays that you would like to add to your virtual courses that match. One of the other things that's amazing about LVP is the relationships that students build with each other and with the staff at the building. Students are working together on projects and real-life learning and experiences and growing. We're having holiday celebrations and parties, and students are achieving big things. And they're not limited to just what we have here, but they can also access all of the other programs and scholarships and clubs and opportunities that are provided to any Lapeer Community School student while they're a student at LVP. Using a self-paced curriculum gives students a really unique opportunity. Stella and Wyatt were able to finish their coursework ahead of time and take a couple weeks off from school in their first semester at LVP. They traveled the country and they saw things that they had read about in their text and were able to learn about them in real life and what they looked like in the correct context. Another one of our LVP students, Hunter, is preparing to head to his second missions trip in Africa during his high school career. Hunter said that this is an experience unlike any other, and that there's no way that he would have been able to do it without the flexibility LVP offers. Another one of our LVP students, Faith, was working on her junior and senior year in high school when she came to our program. Faith wanted something that would give her the flexibility to travel and to really begin her life as an entrepreneur and professional photographer while she was still in high school. Faith was able to complete all of her classes required for graduation and begin her career in Nashville as a photographer during her senior year in high school. So no matter what your aspirations or your plans for the future are, considering LVP might open the door to a lot of things that you didn't even know Lapeer Community Schools had to offer.
LVP is like family. If you'd like to take a look at our curriculum or our Olay schedule or tour our facilities, please reach out to me or our building secretary, and we'd love to set up an appointment with you.